Welcome to the Mystic Spiral, the podcast where earth-rooted magic, animal wisdom, and ancient enchantment twist together like a serpent and a snail in the moss. Join us as we explore the unseen, the intuitive, and the beautifully strange.
Each episode invites you deeper into the spiral, into the myth, and into the wild magic that lives within and around all of us.
Hi, I'm Lauren, crystal healer, earth-rooted mystic, and friend of snails and mossy faefolk magic.
And I'm Laura, animal communicator, serpentkin fauna witch, and solitary sigil practitioner.
Hey Mythlings! Thanks for joining us. On today's podcast, we will be chatting with Laura all about animal communication. If any questions should arise during this episode, you can send them to us at mysticspiralpodcast@gmail.com, and we will answer them in the next Q&A episode. So let's get into it. Hey Laura.
Hey Lauren.
So how did you become an animal communicator?
Well, I met my animal communicator mentor when I was 18 working at a vet clinic, and she was another assistant. And quite a few years later, I needed an animal communicator for my lizard who got lost. He was lost for a couple of days, and 4 adult humans could not find him
Poor
in a very
baby.
small apartment.
Oh.
So I called her up and asked her for help, and she told me exactly where he was in the house, in the couch. And she told me it would be 1 to 2 days before he came out to the left side of the couch, which is exactly where he came out 2 days later.
That's awesome.
And she had described my living room exactly the way it was. How could she possibly have known that from a state away? She was in New Hampshire and I'm in Massachusetts. And so I needed to know how this worked. And she offered animal communication classes. So I immediately signed up for one, and then I signed up for the second one before I even started the first one. And here I am.
That's awesome. So you just dove right in.
Yep.
Well, let's just dive in and see what a reading's like. Does the animal need to be present for a reading?
No, I actually prefer it if the animal isn't, and that I know as minimal about the animal as possible. I only need to know the animal's name, species, gender, and whether they're alive or in spirit.
So the animal doesn't need to be alive on this plane?
Nope, it sure doesn't. It is easier for me to connect with animals who have passed 15 years ago or sooner, though. And also sometimes if it's been very recently passed, it's a little bit difficult too.
That's fascinating. So how do you connect with the animal?
Well, you sort of go into a little bit of a meditation, and then I go into sort of a dark room mentally, and then invite the animal in and ask them if they would like to communicate with me.
So it's like a subconscious safe space.
Yeah, some people call it a white room. For some people, it looks like a room or the woods. Mine turned into a dark room.
Okay, that's nice. So kind of like a cozy space for them.
Yeah. And then I ask them how they would like to present themselves. Sometimes they show themselves as they really are. Like I've seen a horse that looked exactly like the horse he is in person. And sometimes they show themselves as bigger or smaller. A really shy dog that I connected with once showed herself as sort of a shadow in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they really kind of just show up as how they feel themselves as.
Yes, and that can change from reading to reading with the same animal. Sometimes they feel one way on a certain day, and sometimes they feel a little bit differently the next day, just like us.
So once you're in this space and the animal starts presenting themselves, do they just start talking to you?
Some animals are chattier than others for sure. Some of them are more shy. Some of them are more sort of reserved, like they're not sure if they're ready to give you all their secrets or not. And some of them just kind of are ready to word vomit at you and teach you all of the lessons that they know and are willing to share all of their feelings.
So is it important to have like a set list of questions?
You can. Some people really want some specific questions answered when they come to animal communication, but you don't have to. Sometimes the animals have more of an idea and they want to drive things in a specific direction, or sometimes what they want to focus on is the life lesson that they're here to teach you.
Do all animals have specific life lessons for you?
All of them do. Every animal that you have ever crossed with has something for you.
That is pretty cool. So besides having a set list of questions, is there any other reason an animal communicator would be necessary?
People usually have some general questions, questions about specific behaviors. They want to know about their life lessons, or they want to connect with a pet in spirit for closure.
So there really is a plethora of ways that an animal communicator can be helpful.
Yeah, I've even used an animal communicator for a variety of ways that I didn't even think of at the time.
In your experience as an animal communicator, has certain animals been more vocal, or has there been like stereotypes for certain animals?
I would actually say that most of the time you get what you don't expect. For instance, obviously, I have a lot of pet snakes, and when other people communicate with them, they don't normally expect to have such character,
Mm-hmm.
personality,
Yeah,
but there's a lot in there.
I bet. They're not just slithering about, they have their own little personalities. Well, how would you feel about doing a reading right now?
Sure, why not?
Sounds great.
Who should we connect with today?
I'm thinking we should connect with my poodle, Sandy.
Okay, is she alive or in spirit?
She is in spirit.
All right, well, give me 1 second to connect in. Seeing her sitting on like a little dog bed, looks like a little donut underneath her. And she's
Okay.
just looking at me. Okay, what's up? I'm going to ask her to tell me a little bit about herself. She said she's very smart. And I'm feeling really like strong feeling in the center of my chest, like she's got some opinions and she really holds on to them.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
She said she was important to you. You're still important to each other, but you don't feel her as much as you used to.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to leave you messages.
Sometimes she does pop through.
Do you want to ask her anything specific?
Hmm. Now that you have passed, is there anything in particular that you enjoy?
I'm going to ask her out loud just so you can hear it, but I'm also going to ask her kind of internally. Now that you've passed, Sandy, is there anything in particular that you enjoy? She's showing me the like stereotypical grassy field with some trees and the bright sunshine. But
Mm-hmm.
she's also showing me that she gets to spend time with you and with your parents and with other people that she really loved, kind of all at the same time. She gets to kind of go and be with whoever she cared about.
Oh, that's really sweet. So she can kind of like jump in between the worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. She's showing me a little dog flying around.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, is there anyone else that's there with her?
Is there anyone else that's there with you, Sandy? I'm getting an image of, have you ever seen the I think they called it the Doge meme, where it was like the kind of fat Shiba Inu that like looked shocked.
Oh, yeah.
That's the image that I'm getting from her. I'm
Interesting.
not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Okay.
Um,
She could just be being sassy.
she could be. She is also giving me the sort of feeling that this also sometimes happens when you don't ask a question that's specific enough or they feel like it's obvious. Like She's kind of giving me the feeling that, duh, everybody's here.
Right, right.
So
Makes sense.
that might be what the face was for.
Of course. Little sassy girl.
Animals are really funny.
They really are.
I'm going to ask her now if she has any specific messages that she wants to share with you.
Okay.
Andy, is there anything that you want to share with Lauren in this reading? She wants you to go out and get some sunshine.
I know, girl. I'm trying.
She's showing me that image of her in a field, but this time she's like pointing at the sun. Just reaching up and pointing at the sun.
It's really funny because recently I went and got some blood work done, and my vitamin D was so low. They're like, maybe you should go sit outside and also take some vitamin D supplements.
Yeah, I think Sandy might know that.
I think she knows.
Right, so I'm going to thank her and disconnect and send her on her way.
Okay. Bye, little pood. Well, thank you so much for connecting with me and Sandy.
Thank you for letting me connect you with Sandy.
And excited to announce that Laura will be doing readings at Groundings very soon. So stay tuned to that.
I'm excited to help you connect with your pets too. Before we leave today, we're going to pull a card. Today we were called to use the Witch Kitten's Pocket Oracle by Nicole PR. As a friendly reminder, please take what resonates with you and leave the rest.
All right, I'm going to shuffle it up and see who we get. Ooh, all right. I got Mystic, which it's a beautiful white cat with rainbow kind of markings and like a rainbow crown and a rainbow necklace. And I will post this on our social media page as well, so you can take a look at how cute she is. But
how fitting for our podcast name.
I know. So kind of fun. So the message is, beneath this beautifully intricate identity, beyond all thoughts and words, I am the luminous oneness. I dissolve into the infinity fountain and flow unbound, unformed. I am the one light, refracted into the rainbow palace of my body and self, and it is magnificent. What helps me cultivate a feeling of oneness within all that is? Well, that's a beautiful message, and I love that writing prompt at the end. What helps me cultivate a feeling of oneness with all that is? If you feel called to, maybe journal about that this week and see what comes up and let us know.
Thank you for tuning in while we connected with the animals this week. If you feel called to it, try tuning into your own pet's energy and message to you this week.
And next time on the Mystic Spiral, we'll be exploring candle magic and anything that has to do with the flame. Until then, Mythlings, keep listening and keep your magic soft and steady. Bye for now.